All right. Our presentations over Boeing leadership. I'm Joey.
I'm Domenico.
I'm Colton.
So Boeing was founded on July 15th, 1916. It's an American multinational corporation that designs, manufactures, and sells airplanes, rotator craft, rockets, satellites, and missiles worldwide. Some key issues: the 737 Max crisis. It's had 2 fatal crashes, led to the grounding of an entire fleet. Quality control issues, the door plugs, loose bolts, installation issues. Change in leadership. After the crisis, it decided to change leaders within the company to show accountability for the failed leadership that allowed and lacked of quality control. The transition of leadership should come with a plan for philosophical change and organizational change. Strike. The strike ended 3 months after the CEO took over. Striking for pay increase, more input in product safety, pension return, and unionized shops. Leadership and corporate problems. They no longer focus on engineering excellence, and the CEO is more focused on return of net assets.
All right, next we have OB theories, organizational culture, transformative versus transactional, Mellow's hierarchy of needs, stages of team development, organizational culture, the shared actions, values, and beliefs in an organization that guide the behavior of its members, represents the way we do things. Boeing struggled with leadership issues, labor disputes, and quality controlled. Toxic or dysfunctional culture could contribute to poor communications, low employee morale, lack of accountability. Transformational versus transactional. Transformational leaders transform followers by moving them beyond their own self-interest. Transactional leaders exchange valued resources in exchange for something they want. Boeing leadership challenges suggest a mismatch between leadership styles and organizational needs. David Cohen, the older CEO, was more transactional when the workers wanted transformational.
So Maslow's hierarchy of needs identifies 5 levels of individual needs ranging from self-actualization, esteem needs, social needs, safety needs, and physiological needs. Workers felt that their self-actuational and esteem needs are not being met. A lot of them felt underappreciated and underrespected. It led to frustrations and reduced productivity. So the stages of team development, the stages are forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. The forming is the initial entry of members when you first meet your team. Storming is dealing with the tension and defining group tasks. That's when trying to make sure everybody gets on the same page to do the right things. Norming is building the relationship when you all start to trust each other. Performing is maturing in the relationships. Adjourning is disbanding and celebrating. That's usually when the project is done. And Boeing internal team could be struggling with inefficient teamwork. So the EDM concepts, evidence-based decision making. Boeing has faced production delays, quality control issues, and leadership failures. These problems may have been exacerbated by decisions based on incomplete data or biased judgments, like rushing the 737 MAX into production. Theories of organizational culture, leadership, and labor disputes at Boeing might stem from a hierarchical culture that prioritizes efficiency, control, and top-down decision-making at the expense of collaboration, innovation, and employee engagement. Expectancy theory: by using employee surveys, focus groups, and performance data, Boeing can assess whether workers perceive their work environments as motivating or whether their roles provide enough challenge, responsibilities, and recognition. The EBM techniques, we have data-driven decision-making. Boeing has faced persistent production delays and quality issues. By using this method, Boeing can proactively identify where delays are happening. For employee engagement surveys and focus groups, allows Boeing to get real-time feedback from employees, which can help identify the root cause of dissatisfaction. 360-degree feedback from leadership development. It can provide leaders with comprehensive insight into how they are perceived and where they need to improve. So organizational recommendations, transform leadership and enhance leadership development, enhance leadership effectiveness, restores trust, clearer visions and directions, foster a culture of accountability and safety, improve safety standards, cultural alignment, reduction in quality failures, enhance employee engagement and address labor relations. Higher employee morale will reduce turnover and labor disputes and increase productivity. So our management recommendations: create a sense of urgency, help employees at all levels understand the need for change and the consequences of maintaining the status quo. We estimate this will take about 1 month to implement. For building a guiding coalition, assemble a group of influential leaders to drive the change effort and ensure consistent messaging and actions. We think this will also take roughly 1 month to implement. Develop a clear vision and strategy. Define a compelling vision for the change and create a clear strategy to achieve it. This should take about 1 to 2 months. And communicate the vision. Ensure that the vision and strategies are communicated clearly and consistently across the organization. And this should take roughly 2 to 3 months. For challenges and resistance, some of the resistance is due to fear of the unknown. So transparent communications, job security, reassurance, and two-way dialogue can fix this. For leadership and middle management resistance, early involvement in planning, leadership training, and empowerment would fix this issue as well. And these are some of the references we pulled.